This perp back with another video, and man, Netflix just keeps coming out with these bangers. First it was Squid Game. Well, before that it was Alice in Borderland, and then you had like Sweet Home. You know what I'm saying? All these dope international type of series are really starting to make an impact, and I expect Hellbound to be the next series to be trending. This is a 6 episode series or season, not too long, which every episode is at about almost an hour, a little less than that. So the pacing is very nice. Before I get into this review, though, hit that like button and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at PerpMiner420, because that's where I kind of post a lot of updates, and I like to have fun on Twitter, so definitely check me out. So getting into this review, there's so much to like about this show. It deals a lot with like religion and your and beliefs and humanity and stuff like that. Very common stuff that you are starting to see in a lot of different stories and movies, TV shows and stuff like that. But I like the twists and turns that this series takes. Without spoiling major plot points and stuff, I will try to break down this first season the best I can. And I could tell you that, man, I really need a season 2. When I was watching this, I thought this was going to just be a one and done type of season or series, but no, that ending just blew my mind and kind of changes everything. There's a lot of interesting things that go on throughout this entire show, but the premise of the show, you have it starting off like a random day. Everybody's kind of doing their job, whether like at this coffee shop. And then out of nowhere, these creatures come out of these portals. I guess they're not really portals, but they just appear. And they start to wreck this guy. This guy just is getting brutally beaten up to a pulp. Then he gets his soul sucked. And then this is where kind of everything kind of changes for just society, and where this goes, and how we get introduced to all these characters, like this one character that is kind of looked at as a cult leader, that is the center of this story for a period of time, and how his belief systems have influenced the whole entire world, to the point where he has so much influence and power that he can take control of like the police or just law enforcement and bend people to their will. And everybody has kind of different motives and has a different outlook on what God's will is. But it's the big thing that kind of drives this story, because a lot of people are driven by it. You also have the extremist version of like people that kind of look at the will of God and they take the more extreme path. These are the arrowheads, and these guys are brutal. I mean, they'll literally beat the shit out of an old lady. Literally. This series is very graphic. I will have to say, the first 3 episodes I could see possibly like swaying some people away. If you didn't like the violence in Squid Game, I think this kind of takes it, and it's a little bit more brutal, I feel like, because there's not a gun in this. Like, nobody really uses guns like that in this. It's mostly like bats, pipes and stuff like that, crowbars. Very brutal, like the way that they beat up people in this, especially the creatures, man. You do not want to get your decree, and the decree is something that happens before these creatures pop up. So this thing, say if anybody has ever seen Power Rangers, you've seen Zordon. Think of a floating head just popping out of nowhere and saying like the words, in this specific amount of time, you're going to die It could be like a week from now, and he says you're hellbound, he just disappeared. That's all fascinating. I really want to see them dive more into that, because the supernatural element of this whole entire series is what's going to be the big draw for people. And this plays a lot around with like humanity, and like I said, just different people's belief systems, and just how far people are willing to go and to maintain that power and influence. Very fascinating series overall. I think there's a lot to like about this. It will leave you wanting more. I want to see new characters. I want to see existing characters, where the story goes from here. Are they going to do another time skip? Because there is a time skip. Like, the first 3 episodes kind of sets the base of what the where the story is going to go, and then the last 3 sets something else up. So it's kind of like a 2-part kind of story when you watch it. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely recommend checking this out if you have time, because there's a lot of stuff coming out this weekend. So I know it's going to be hard for some people to get around to it, but once you do, definitely make sure you check this out on Netflix. I think you will enjoy a lot of the different characters and how they interact with one another. The dub is not that bad. The dub is watchable. I'm going to go check it out and subbed, like I normally do with these types of series. But till next time, I will see y'all in the next video. Peace.